Hey, speaking of leaders in our industry, Tom Casey, as you know, joining us here this morning. And Tom, we are getting ready for winter here in Florida. Those 3 days of winter that we get here in Florida. But no, in all seriousness, it is getting cooler, starting to feel good.
Sweater weather.
Those ACs aren't having to run 24/7 all day long, all night long. So they've been running for a while. I have to imagine we could be doing some work with them. We could refresh them a little bit.
Absolutely.
Now. What's something people should be aware of?
I thought of this morning that winter here is like, would you say Friday Junior?
Yeah.
So winter is like summer junior. It lasts a short period of time.
True.
That's a good point. Yeah.
The thing is that most of our systems here are a heat pump, which means they run the same unit year round, versus like up north where they have furnaces or boilers and there's separate systems. So yeah, they're running a lot of hours and they need a little TLC. So now that we have a little bit of break in the weather and we're not running it 24/7, or we're not trying to, stay cool and stay inside all the time, we gotta do that maintenance and the cleaning and all the things to keep it refreshed, kind of like your car.
Yeah.
So
You call it like winterizing? Is there like a term for it?
It's more like refresherizing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Refresherizing.
I like
I'm
it.
not sure if he just made that word up.
That was a good one. It's the Griffin. I love it. We did
up words here as long as they actually mean something.
See?
That's how you make a reference.
There you go.
Yeah, so absolutely. An AC is very much like your car. So if you run 2,800 hours, imagine 2,800 hours at 55 miles an hour. Your AC just went 150,000 miles. Your car has to be oil, plugs, brakes, everything. And there's all those equivalencies on your AC. We got to clean it. Think how dirty your car gets just sitting out in St. John's.
True.
Sure.
Well, your AC sits
Salt
out
in the air
there
in many
year round.
situations.
And you wash your car, you clean your car, and then 3 days later it's dirty. Well, your poor AC in the side yard is just building up, and it's going to cause it to work harder, be less efficient, break more often. So it's just those ACs. We need them. We love them. We need to give them a little TLC.
I need to. Yeah. My God.
So what does that TLC look like? If I call you guys down there at Griffin, I'm like, hey, my AC been running a whole lot. We got to give it a little TLC. What does that look like with you guys?
Well, it's more than I always say. A lot of people do flashlight maintenance. They go, "Yep, still there. See you later."
Yeah.
Or they change a filter.
Right.
And that's not nearly, it's important to change the filter, but you got to really get doing some deep cleaning. You got to clean the outdoor unit, get all the coils back to factory fresh, like when they were born on. Got to clean the indoor coils, keep them healthy and clean, get rid of all that yucky stuff that's kind of built up on them. Got to clean out and flush the drains. Crazy as it sounds, the number one service call on an AC is a clogged drain line.
Really?
Yeah,
Easily
I've
preventable
experienced that
thing in the world.
Like
numerous times,
grass or something growing around it, right? Or
No, just
backs up.
all the yuck that comes out of the AC, the air. When the AC dehumidifies, it also pulls out all the viruses and molds and dust and stuff, and it all sort of, it's a petri dish there in your AC, and
It's pretty gross.
gross as could be,
Right.
But it clogs your drain line, and so we got to clean that
It's the
out.
most
flush that
satisfying
out.
thing when it releases. So it's like,
The big whale snot comes out the other end.
that's it. Yeah.
It's like
It's
And then-
But
skincare.
that's not only causing your AC to run kind of subpar, but that can actually cause leaks in your home. I mean, that water can build up
It can
and leak
overflow.
into the house. Yeah.
Hopefully, there's a safety switch that'll say,
I've
turn
been in
off the
places
AC.
where there's
but,
not. Yeah.
but otherwise, you have a big puddle on the floor, or worse, a big puddle on the ceiling, which is, sometimes confused with these rainy days. What's leaking the AC or the roof. But there's fluids to check. You got to check the refrigerant. There's a lot of safety things. I mean, air conditioners and heaters are filled with tons of electrical components, and electrical, when connections get loose, they overheat, they burn, it can catch on fire. And of course, this time of year, everyone who fired up their heat this week had that wonderful.
a nice smell.
Yeah. Is that normal?
Yeah.
Is that a normal thing
Do
that
we need
happens?
to be worried about that at all?
It's normal to a sense because it hasn't run, and so it's kind of like a toaster, kind of burning off the first time. What's not normal is you got to get your eyes on it, because sometimes things grow on it. Gross again, but things, mold, mildew, things sort of build up on it, and when you cook it off, you're literally cooking off all this microbial stuff. So pull the blower out, get your eyes up in there and check it out, and clean it, replace it, whatever. But yeah, there's a lot of it's been running. It's been putting a lot of miles in, and time to help rejuvenate it or refresherize it.
I like it.
There you go.
Hey, what are some warning signs though, real quick? Like, what are some warning signs? Like, if my heater is going on the blitz or something like that. Like, is there anything that you're like, if the burning smell is happening too long or something? Is there anything we can look out for?
We'll definitely look for utility bills. If your bills have been sort of creeping up over time, that's probably an indication there's something going wrong. If it's not keeping up, you set your thermostat, but it can't catch up like it usually does. Maybe there's something failed in there, so only part of it's working. When the weather does get cold, pay attention to the outdoor unit. If it gets all covered with frost and ice, that means it's not defrosting properly, and that's going to turn into another problem.
Okay. Good story. Yeah.
Things like that are probably the most obvious things. For the drain, just when it's running air conditioning, just make sure there's water dripping out of it.
Yeah.
You know, if it's still draining, that's sort of a good sign versus no water coming out. But yeah, I think sometimes sound, as the filters get dirty, the sound of it might become more pronounced because it's sort of struggling to pull
Sounds
the
like
air.
it's working a little harder.
It's working a little harder.
Right. Yeah.
And then a lot of people, they'll notice like it's just, the comment we always hear, it's just not blowing or it's just not cooling like it used to. It's probably got some dirt buildup, airflow is slowed down because of filters or blowers being dirty. It really is probably the number one cause of problems in AC is crazy. It's just dirt.
I got to ask about, because I see this from time to time. I see people advertising this, and it's usually folks that are like their own companies, but they do the vent cleanings, right? The air vent cleanings. Is that something, should we be doing that? Is that just something
Good
people
question.
sell you on? Like, what's that all about?
It's a 50-50.
Yeah.
So we offer duct cleaning, and there's a time when it's good.
Yeah.
But usually all the things that we're told it does for us, it doesn't do for us. So dust and dirt building up will affect efficiency, and that's stuff in the air that could cause allergens or, make allergies a little bit worse. But it's really hard to get stuff off the inside of fiber duct board because it's fiberglass. It's kind of embedded in it. And it's people think if they see dirt around a vent, that means their ducts are dirty. Usually not. If we pull the vent off, usually the duct is clean as a whistle. It's just the vent that's dirty because it's like a magnet because it's colder. So dust attracts to it.
Okay.
So duct cleaning is definitely, we always talk to people about, what are you trying to accomplish with it? I have my allergies are bad. Like maybe that's not the solution, and it's not cheap. If you have cheap duct cleaning, it's completely useless.
Okay.
Somebody's like, hey, we'll do the duct cleaning for $99. There's nothing happening. I promise you. But if you're going to clean the ducts, then you got to think like, I got to clean the blower. I got to clean the coils. I got to clean the whole air system because it's all the air is going across these things. If I don't get all the dirt out,
It's just going to go right back in.
then it's going to go right back in. And then usually the other thing is we always recommend if you are going to clean the vents to do a treatment. It's called a biocide treatment, or it basically just sort of disinfects the ducts. So if there's anything there that is microbial, we can kind of Lysol it, if you will, from inside by injecting some stuff. But I would say if someone's thinking along the line, call us up and have a conversation because it may not be, and you don't want to spend money. The worst thing to do is spend money thinking it's going to solve a problem, and it's the wrong prescription for the problem.
Yeah. Well, what sets you guys apart is you have the free inspection, right? They come out and assess the situation. They love that.
So if somebody's like, I don't know if it's my ducts or not my ducts, a technician will go out and they'll actually make an inspection and maybe come back and say, hey, listen, your ducts are terrible. And sometimes they're so terrible that we can't clean them. If we clean them, they're not going to be clean. So we're like, hey, Troy, we can clean them about 50% and they're still going to be terrible. Or we can put that money towards replacing something or upgrading something. So there's a lot more to it. I always like to tell customers, we're in the air conditioning business. Let's sort of focus on air.
Yeah.
Like that's the key.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it flowing right? Is it clean?
That's the end goal.
That's the goal. So yeah, good question.
Okay. Couple more things before we let you go. I know you got a lot more to do than just hang out with us goofballs.
What? We're the coolest ever.
But you guys are doing something. You guys do a few special things for our veterans here locally. And you're going to be having a breakfast coming up soon, I believe. But talk about kind of what you guys do for veterans.
Yeah, so we love our veterans. We're so thankful for them. patriotic guy.
Yeah.
So we decided to take care of our veterans because they take care of us. And so we have something called Club Griffin, which is our maintenance membership plan where we take care of the heating, the cooling, the plumbing, the water. We do everything in the house you need for maintenance, and it's super cheap and affordable. But for veterans, we created a thing called Legends Club, and we do it for free.
Wow.
Complimentary, no strings attached. We do ask them to, call up, identify themselves.
True, yeah.
You know, get their number, and then we'll walk them through everything. They can sign up online through it. But yeah, we come out, we do all this AC maintenance free. We do the heating free. We do the water heater flush free. We do the electrical panel inspection free. Just kind of give our veterans one less thing to worry about, whether they're active duty or, they're a veteran, they've retired. We really love it. Our customers who sign up for it love it. And even customers who aren't veterans, they know, everyone knows somebody like, I'm going to get this done. So at the end of the day, it's just a very small thing we can do to thank these families for the incredible sacrifices they made for us.
That's incredible.
That's really
and we do
incredible.
have, on Veterans Day, we're going to be buying them all breakfast over at Cafe Genovese.
Really?
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Any veterans who come
there's
in-
some great veteran celebrations planned this year. I know.
Yeah,
I know the Marine Corps band's coming in. It's
Really?
gonna be a really fun Veterans Day here in
Nice.
St. Johns
Yeah.
County.
We don't celebrate them enough. We need to do more.
Yeah, agreed, man.
That's awesome.
Well, Tom, thank you so much for coming by this morning. We appreciate you. It was fun, man. I think we learned a lot. I think I'd love to have you back a little bit closer to that breakfast. And
Sure. And we can
let
talk more
people-
about it.
Yeah.
That's
remind
exciting,
people
though.
about it. Yeah,
Look at all
yeah,
that services
awesome.
going to vets. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Not a lot of people do that. That's amazing.
Anything else we need to know about Griffin?
No, it's the time of year to get that stuff maintained. Whether
Absolutely.
it's the AC, the water heater, it's just time in between the busyness, the craziness, before the holidays get here. Get everything taken care of so you're not regretting it during Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner or New Year's celebration.
And it always seems to go out at that time.
It always does.
Yeah, well, if you're not taking care of
And
it,
no matter
right.
how much you tell people.
Right.
And the good news is if it goes off on Thanksgiving, we'll be there anyways.
Can you? Wow, really? That's awesome.
Very cool, man.
One of the crazy, the holiday we do the most work on is Thanksgiving. And every year we actually probably replace 2 or 3 water heaters on Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Because we're 24/7 and we guarantee we'll do things. So, but it's always an inconvenience. People are always like, I wish I called. I should have called.
Right.
Now they'll learn for next time. They'll never not
Yeah.
call. But
Yeah.
somebody always has to learn.
We hear from everybody, even small appliances. It's just awesome. Thank you guys for your service. That's so good.
Tom Casey, Griffin Services. Thank you, sir. Good to see you this morning, man.
Thank you. Boom.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Man. A lot of stuff we need to know about our AC system. Seriously, man.
Gotta take it
You
for
don't want to be
serious.
stranded.
No.
You don't want to be stranded.
Especially on Thanksgiving Day. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
No, thank you.